Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Lisa with Lisa's Faith and Budget Planning channel. I'm excited to be here today and I'm excited to be here with you getting into my weekly check-in. I've been spending all morning double checking the numbers and getting down to what we have spent that we've put on the credit card and coming up with a number that I can pay the credit card off with. I do this every week with my weekly check-in. So the first part is just me checking in on my weekly categories, which are grocery, household, restaurants, miscellaneous, gasoline, copay, which I don't have listed here, but I do check on that, and unbudgeted, which is the name of the game right now. It is actually Black Friday, so happy Black Friday. I hope you had an amazing and blessed Thanksgiving yesterday. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm excited to have you here and thank you for checking out this channel. Today I don't spend. I actually get most of my Christmas shopping done right before Black Friday, the week before Thanksgiving. There's a lot of sales already happening, and as long as I can get 30% off on a lot of things and the prices weren't hiked up to compensate for that sale, then I'm good. I'm totally good with that and buying them early. And if I miss out on a 5% extra discount, I'm fine, because if I can get my order in early and beat the rush of all the shipping of all the companies, then that's worth the extra money. So that is what I'm doing this week. Just checking on my deliveries, checking on things that I've ordered, and you're going to see all the things. Now, Christmas and gifts and birthdays and stuff like that, I have actually paid for with a sinking funds and then transfer the money to the credit card. So at the end of this video, I will show you my transaction log on what I did spend, where I spent it, and who gets what. So that's going to be a lot of fun. But for right now, we're going to do the usual normal weekly check-in with a little bit of extra spending, because some of our Christmas spending did come out of the buffer, the checking account, or basically what was left over. We did Paycheck 3. And we estimated about $1,200 left over in Paycheck 3. And so far, you know, that's still the case, except for now some of this has already been spent, and you will see that in here. I think I have just under $400 left out of this if I spend every penny in my spending categories, which is the variable spending. If not, I get to keep some of that back, and that would be awesome because I love this time of year, but it costs. There is definite cost that comes with it. So I'm closing out week 3. I'm setting up week 4. This is the third week of our weekly check-in, and let's go ahead and look at the calendar. Now, if you hear some sawing or buzzing background, I have a neighbor doing something. I think they're cutting wood next door, so I do apologize for that. So you might hear some neighborly, friendly activities, and that's just how life is. That's the name of the game. I only had one no-spend day. I actually did have to go to the store on Thanksgiving Day and pick up a couple items that I desperately needed. I couldn't make pumpkin pie without pie tins, and so we picked up some pie tins, and I thought I had enough and I didn't have any, and then I grabbed dishwasher tablets as well, and those are 2 separate items. So, and a few other things. So we have got things going on. So I have my list here on our credit card spending. Now all our spending goes on the credit card, and then every week I pay it off, and that is what we're checking here by category right here. And I need my calculator, so let me grab that real quick. Okay, I have my calculator. I'm ready to go. I'm going to start checking these off, and we're just going to go through the transactions. Now, the beginning of the month we were on vacation. Most of the money spent for a lot of these categories actually came out of vacation spending, which is absolutely fine, because whatever is left over at the end of any month, I actually put in a vacation spending or a savings category in my savings account. So anything we don't spend in November definitely will go into savings, which would be exciting. I would love to see us build that back up. And that's just kind of how we save every month, a little bit for just that big category. So that is what we're going to do. And that is the new goal for the new year coming up. There's going to be a lot of changes, and I don't have specifics yet, but as soon as they come in and we figure out what we're going to be doing, I'll talk about that then. First thing we have here is groceries. Now, all my grocery shopping was at Meijer grocery store, and that's just the closest store to my house, so I like going there. The first time I went was $55.11, which was right here on payday. And then I did a grocery haul on Monday for $171.22. I have been able to save on extra spending without walking in the store by doing grocery pickup only. So if you spend $35 or more, I think is the minimum, you can get free grocery pickup. So a lot of times I did go to the grocery store to do my grocery pickup and do a pharmacy run too. So I try to time those at the same time. And that's what happened here with the $2.19. I had left my water at home, and I had picked up a prescription that was a pain medication that was in desperate need, and I wanted to take it right away, right after I picked it up that evening. And I already picked up my groceries, and I had to run inside and get my prescription, and then I went in, and then I grabbed a bottle of water as well. So that was $2.19. Prices of like those convenience of sodas and water and candies and stuff at the registers, I don't do those anymore, and they have gone up significantly over the past few years. So that was a shock to me. I don't think I will do that again, because you can get like a big case of 24 bottles of water for less than $4. So to pay $2.19 for one bottle is like, that hurt right there. The next thing I have is $78.22. Just picking up Thanksgiving things that I didn't think about and I needed to get, so I got that. We had a ham for Thanksgiving, which I bought previously in previous grocery orders, and like macaroni and cheese and mashed potatoes and crescents and what else did we have? It's just the four of us, so we didn't travel anywhere. It's me, my husband, and our 2 adult sons, and so it was just a family meal together, and it was really nice. So I didn't have to spend way too much on food, which was nice, but I still had to get specific things like pumpkin pie, stuff for pumpkin pie mix, so that was kind of cool. $28.89 right here. I forgot to check these off. And then $17.48. Again, this was when Thanksgiving Day. I needed the pie tins, which were about $4 or $5. I needed, I got a gallon of milk, some individual bottles of sweet tea for my husband for work next week, and then a couple other items. And then I remembered I needed dishwasher tablets and that dissolve in the dishwasher. And I usually get the Finish brand. I don't know if anybody else likes that, but I like that. It works really well with our dishwasher. And they only had the ginormous container of it. They didn't have the smaller bags. So of the one I wanted. So that itself, by itself with tax, was $17.48. I was like, my goodness. So there is the grocery household. So let's go ahead and calculate all these numbers, and I'll be right back. Okay, so my total is $353.11. That's not too bad for a week. For a family of 4 adults, I think we did pretty good. So that is the total I'm going to write here. All right, so now we're done with the grocery household. Let's move on to the restaurants. And restaurants, we had Papa John's here. That was my son's. They always order pizza on Friday and get it delivered. And then my husband and I went to King Buffet and got Chinese for dinner because we just didn't want pizza this time. And then we were out, my husband and I were out and about the next day and went and got Taco Bell and had that for lunch while we were out. And then I had over here, I'm not even checking these off, am I? There we go, Taco Bell. And then Buffalo Wild Wings. I've had a couple nights this week. I just could not bring myself to cook much, and it was just really hard. So we ordered that for dinner, and then $41.89 for Casa Fiesta. So that is pretty good there. All right, let's total this up. Okay. I have $179.31 as my total for my restaurants or eating out, whatever you want to call it. and I have that right there. That's pretty, I mean, it's expensive because we went out extra this week, but I still think it was pretty good for the week. I think I had, for budgeting wise, $125 a week. So that's just a little bit of one extra meal over that. So that's not too bad, I don't think. So next thing we have is miscellaneous category. Miscellaneous is anything that doesn't fit in the other category. It's random stuff. I usually use my personal money for this, for things that I'm spending, and I did that. I have cut back on, I haven't cut back on how much I spent on sticker kits and stuff for my planners, but I do plan to cut more of my own stickers after the new year. I did use a kit, a January kit. I forgot I bought it, and but I went ahead and used it for 2024 January kit. From Sara Marie Stickers, but I did not get all the budgeting stickers. I've done my own budgeting stickers, and so I'm looking forward to next year and the different creative outlets for myself in this. But I did order from Planner Kate 6415, which is another planner sticker company. The calendar I'm using right here, this is one giant sticker sheet. And because it's a giant sticker sheet, I bought an entire year's worth. I didn't want to create my own just yet. I need to practice and figure out how to set the lines and the number, all the things. And I just went ahead and bought for a year. She had, I think, a 20% off. And then I also bought something else. Oh, I bought the entire year's worth of stickers for, instead of using these Build-Do stickers, she has some in the colors of the Wildflower color collection and the Erin Condren planner. I already have my planners for next year, so I already know what they look like, and sticker shops already have them sized for their stickers. So a sneak peek of what it would look like is this. This is the cover. And then I have already started putting stickers down in it. This is January. I always do a month or two ahead of planning of, you know, what the paydays are going to be and everything like this. So this is not going to look any different because I absolutely loved Sara Marie's stickers for the new year. But after that, I started doing my own stickers and just made it simple and gave myself more lines and things like that. So this is what I'm going to use there. And then the big sheet of sticker for the calendar for my spending, this is where that's going to be filled in yet. So I haven't got my sticker yet for that from Planner Kate, just like this here, but I will be. So that's what I'm waiting on, is that. But the monthlies, I'm not going to start after January. I'm not going to do any more monthly header stickers. I'm just going to use what's on here, and then I'm going to use the stickers, the Build-Do stickers, and then and what I want to put for my paydays over here, just like I do on these pages. It just won't have a sticker at the top. And the color will match the month that you have here. So I love these wildflower color collections, and then I can change everything going on the notes pages going further. So that's what I'm doing there. New change for the new year. All right, so the next thing I have for miscellaneous is a 78.98. Now, I don't know if you know what a Highland cow looks like, but it's this cow with long hair, and it's always got bangs in his eyes, and it's the cutest, just fluffiest looking thing ever. And since we are just now getting in the mood after living here for an entire year, and it takes me a while to put stuff on the walls and stuff, but we finally went to Hobby Lobby. We spent $79.98 and bought these 4 or 5 different Highland cow portrait picture frames, and then a world map as well that was very large to go over our fireplace, to represent my husband's travels when he was in the Navy and active duty. So we bought a lot of stuff. There's one Highland cow I want to get, one more portrait I forgot to get that day. I want to go back and get it, and it has a little bit like Christmassy tinsel off its horn or something like that. It's cute. So I'm gonna have to go back and get that, but that'll be next week. So I'm excited to get those up. We're planning that right now. And I enjoyed shopping that day. It was 40% off any artwork or framed home decor stuff. So we got them for a pretty good price, and I really like them. So the next thing we have is Amazon for $67.06, and I'm trying to think, what was that purchase? Okay, I just figured out what it was. I ordered my son some more shelving for Legos in his bedroom. He's running out of space already, so but I have new shelving. We haven't put it together. It's like a bookcase, but it's like a media bookcase, so it's like as deep as a video game or a DVD, things like that, and he could put his little collections of Legos on there, and that's going to be awesome. And then $53.64 that I bought myself a new hairdryer on Amazon. I like this one much better than what I bought in Target, so that's working out. And then $28.08. The Chosen is doing a Christmas special, and they're putting their two Christmas, the birth of Christ and going to Bethlehem and all that stuff. There are two Christmas specials that they did in two different time periods. They've blended them together into one feature, and then they're going to have music as well from different artists as a Christmas special. So my husband and I are going to go to that at the movie theaters, and so I bought our tickets. Those were $28.08, and we're super excited about that. There we go. And then the next thing I have here is we got gas. My husband needed to fill up his gas tank, so it was $41.36. The next thing I have is copay. So these are like prescription copays. $11.09. That was my son's prescription, and 99 cents. That was also my son's prescription, and then $4.16 was my prescription. So that's good. Let's see, what else do we have? You know, I checked these off and I didn't total them. Let me total both of these columns and I'll tell you how much we spent in miscellaneous and in copay. Okay, so that is the totals. Now the miscellaneous, we spent $292.91, and then, and I know we're over miscellaneous, so once we went over miscellaneous, I started putting the larger amounts into unbudgeted to use out of the buffer of the checking account. But that category is pretty much spent for the whole month. Copay, we just spent $16.24 on those 3 prescriptions. So we're pretty lucky there. Now moving on to the unbudgeted. Okay, here we go. $191.97. I splurged a lot of money to get my son safety glasses that were prescription. He already got new glasses this year, so we had to pay out of pocket for a new set, and that was the total for that. And, you know, to protect his eyes for the hobbies he wants to get into, I am absolutely all for that. So there we go. In fact, I just got a text a second ago that they are ready, so I need to take him and go pick those up. The next thing I have is over here. It says e-spending. So here's the story. If you know my Paycheck budgeting, I have something called Visa Go card. And my husband got his $200 he usually has every month. Mine comes out, $200 comes out of miscellaneous. He gets it as a bill item. And so I just tell him transfer the money and he's good. Well, he wanted to spend a little extra, so we did another transfer for $100, and then when he made the charge for one of the things he wanted, or some of the things he was getting, to $19.92, he charged it to the wrong card. He was supposed to charge it to his Visa Go card. It's a prepaid cash card. So we thought about it for a minute and laughed and went, okay, no big deal. So I'm taking it out of unbudgeted, and it's all coming, the $300 plus this is coming out of this month. But in December, because this is almost spot on $200, in December that $200 he normally would transfer is not going to be transferred because he's already got the money. He's already spent it, and then he's already got next month's money too. So we are not going to worry about it, and we're just going to let it ride. And I'm okay with that. It was just kind of cute. So Lego.com. Now, we bought with Christmas money Legos, and yeah, this is not my son's Legos. My son builds these Legos, but they're built for Christmas and they're built for me. In fact, he just brought up it's the day after Thanksgiving, so he brought up all the Lego kits that we already have that we built last year and over the years for Christmas. We had a place down in the basement. We could keep them on a bookshelf and completely built. And then all he has to do is bring them upstairs. It takes several trips, but he brings them upstairs. I will be doing Vlogmas again with my shorts videos, and you're going to be seeing us starting to slowly set up. And as we set things up, I'll do a little 1-minute video on the Legos we have right now, and then this will be a Lego kit that's coming. There's like two small kits and then one big kit. So whatever the Christmas kit or the winter kit is, I think it's the Alpine Lodge this year, and that's what I got. And I got some freebies too, so that's pretty cool. And that was $151.55, and I love it. I love that we have bookcases in our living room where we put our tree, that we can have the Legos displayed and have this whole Christmas theme of Legos. I always wanted to do something like that, some kind of cityscape of something, but I just could never bring myself to buy anything. But this way it combines something my son loves and I enjoy looking at, and he enjoys building and looking at, so the whole family enjoys it. So I'm really happy about that. The last thing I have here in unbudgeted is $137.23. Now, to be honest, I think $25 of it is actually just liquid IV packet. I buy it in bulk from Amazon, and you get like 14 to 16, and it's a little bit cheaper, and it comes to your door. But the rest of it was actually 2 wallets that were on sale that are really good leather and small front pocket wallets for men. I bought one for my husband last year. He loves it. Very minimalist, and my sons don't carry a lot with them. They carry their identifications, their medical cards, and their debit cards. And that's all they really have. And so outside that, they don't really need anything. So I went ahead and, sorry about that, my battery died. But what I was saying was, I forgot what I was saying. I was talking about my son's wallets, and they were on sale. And $55 a piece, leather, really nice. And they have this little button that pops up like all the cards in one place. And I think it's going to work very well for my sons. Easy to get them in and out of their wallets, easy to use and pay for things without, because they're autistic. So when they go shopping on their, which they've never really shopped on their own, I try to get them to do it, but they just never do it. They struggle and are nervous in front of people, and just start shaking when they have to pay for things. I'm like, I have no problem doing it, but they seem to have a little problem with it, but that's okay. We are going to go ahead and total this up, and I'll be right back. All right, we have $767. Or 767 cents. So that is what we spent and unbudgeted. That is a large amount. That always is the buffer of the checking account, whatever's left over at the end of the month, and after all the bills are paid and the spending. So that's how that works. Okay, so the last thing we have here is the bills. Now, when I do my bill calendar, there's some highlighted blue and over the name of things. We've added Google Storage. For the first 3 months, it's $7.49, and then in February, I think it will have a one-time charge annually for like $99 or something like it. And this is to store all my husband's photos. Most of them are deployment photos when he was on leave overseas and stuff like that, and things that people have sent him and he shared and stuff like that. So we wanted a cloud storage for it. He is a Google person. He is a Android. He does not use iPhone or iCloud or anything. He doesn't touch that stuff. So he prefers that platform. So he has his own storage. I have my own storage, which is apple.com. And even though he can pay his annually, the first 3 are charges of this is going to be $74.99. So now we have the bills. So I have $74.99. I have $70 from counseling. We do, as a married couple, do marriage counseling, and that is important to us. Also do apple.com, which is my storage for my photos, and then Discovery Plus is something we use and watch, and then my husband's subscription of $39.17. So those are the bills that charge to the credit card. Okay, so let's total this up, and I will be right back. Okay, the total in bills that went to the credit card are $128.64. All right, now I went ahead and did that because I was on a roll in checking everything off. I want to go back and finish the weekly check-in. The weekly check-in is this sheet right here. I'm going to leave it open like this so this can stay flat because my notebook is so thick it will not close. So I've paid all these things last week. I've done really good with very little unbudgeted for the month, so that's awesome. But I knew we would be spending extra money over the holidays. It's just what we do. It's just how we do it. Not a big deal. Unless you don't have the money, then it's a big deal. But it's not a big deal because we do plan to pay it off and we plan for it in our budget. Let's go ahead and get these numbers down and we can see what the new balances are balancing forward to week 4 and what we have left in our checking account available to spend on different categories, and allow us to make specific decisions on whether we can spend extra money because there's still money left in a category or not. And that is the purpose of this weekly check-in, is to make sure we stay within a certain boundaries, but as well as making informed decisions of, do we actually have the physical cash to take care of what we need? So here we go. $353.11. 179.31, 292.91, and 41.36. I don't put copay on here because there's such a small amount that I don't really need to do a check-in for that. But the unbudgeted, yes, there was quite a bit there. So $767. Now, the neat thing is, I don't know if you've noticed, I've got a new pen here. It's a really nice clip. It doesn't rattle, and it is one of those old school, I would say, I had these in middle school, pens where you pop a different color, whatever color you're looking for. So I'm excited about this. I am enjoying this quite a bit. It is a 0.5. Not a 0.7. I prefer a 0.7, but I will take it. No problem there. But it has 4 different ink colors, and I like that. All right, so let's do the numbers here. I'm going to move this to the side, out of the way. If I can get my hand around it. There we go. So $658.84 minus the $353.11. For grocery and household, I still have $305.73. Normally, I would not have this much left over. But like I said in the beginning of the video, we were out of town on vacation, and a lot of our spending on groceries and stuff like that kind of came out of that money there. We weren't home to eat a lot of food. We weren't home to eat out here. We weren't buying miscellaneous stuff here. It was all during vacation. So I stocked up pretty well in October in order to make sure we had plenty non-perishable stuff in the house. So when I came back, all I would need is just maybe the meats or odds and ends stuff. So that worked out really good. I'm really happy about that. And we still have, I budgeted the same amount, $1,600 for the entire month. We're going to have plenty of grocery money left over at the end of the month, just because we went out of town on vacation. So here, restaurants. So we're just a little bit over here. 172, $179.65 minus the $179.31. And that gives me a negative, and I'm going to switch my colors here, negative $6.66. There we go. And, oh, no, I'm going to be in the red all week. Oh, for the rest of it. It's fine. 119.06 minus the 292.91. And that gives me a negative 173.85. Now the gas, I'm in budget. We haven't really been driving a whole lot, so that's $120.49 minus 41.36, and that gives me $79.13. And then I always mark anything unbudgeted in red, so that would be a negative $767. But bump. Okay. Now I need to figure out what the budget is for the last week of the month, not just individually, but as a whole. Do I have cash left over and stuff? Because I am over in a lot of categories. Now I don't balance forward anything for unbudgeted. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark my 0 there. I'm just going to put it there. Will I go unbudgeted again? I don't know. I haven't decided. So I had $305.73, and I'm giving myself $400 a week. So that gives me $705. So I've got a good amount of money going into next week just because of the grocery household, and we have not spent all of that. $705.73 is what I have left. Restaurants, I give myself $125 a week. I'm going to take out the $6.66, and that's going to give me $118.34. Will I go over? Probably. It's the holidays. We're busy. We're running around. There's going to be days I don't want to cook. This is that time of year. So we might go a little over on that. Not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. So I give myself $125 for miscellaneous, and I'm going to subtract that $173.85. And I am negative for the entire month for miscellaneous. So it's $48.85, and that's fine. That'll just come out of the buffer of the checking account, and we'll just deal with the deficit. Now, if I don't spend all the other categories combined, then that's basically what happens to the leftover money in the budget of my spending. It's sitting in the checking account already. That's where it stays until I may make my payment to the credit card. But I have to do all this math and tracking to make sure I stay within these boundaries every week and not overspend. If you don't do that, you will mess up. This is why it's so important to track everything you do. All right, so gas is $75 a week, and I have $79.13. So I still have $154.13. Now, as far as copay, I give myself $100 for the month. I've only spent like $35, or not even that. I know the $16 here, and then maybe a little bit more before that. Nope, this is all I've spent. So I have $100 minus the $16.24. Off the top of my head, I know that's going to be positive, so that's not a big deal, and we are good to go. So that, my friends, is the weekly check-in. This is why I check in. I knew I was over budget, but can I handle it with what I'm have available in the checking account? I actually can. I don't have the spreadsheet up here, but I know I had $1,200 left over, and I did a $700 spend, so that's definitely something. Let's see what the difference is here. 767. And I also got to add this one up here, which is 3903. I should have started with this. 1241.99 minus the 3903 minus the 767. There we go. I still got $500. So out of what's left of this buffer of the checking account, which is why we budget at the beginning of every paycheck period, to make sure we know where our variable can and can't go, especially if you know it's the holidays and spending and going to be a spending month. You can determine whether you can make a decision on if it's right for you or not to spend that money. I did promise to show you what my tracking was for Christmas. That's not on here because it came out of a sinking fund. But before I do that, I got to total these numbers up and give myself an amount for paying back the credit card. I do that every video, so let's go ahead and do that. Pay credit card, $1,712.24. Now, I know that's what it says right there, but it's actually off, and I don't know where. I don't know how. Maybe I paid something last paycheck period, and it's thrown it off for some reason, or I paid too much out of our Christmas fund, because the actual number that I have to pay is less than this. So this is $1,712.24. The actual number that I need to pay to the credit card is $1,624.15. And I have run those numbers, compared them to the bank account, printed it off, checked off everything on the statement. There's something either missing that I have here that's not showing up here, or I paid it with the credit card, which paid the credit card with a savings account that I'm using sinking funds for, and have messed things up a little bit. So I'm not sure what direction it happened, but that's okay. I know this is what I'm actually going to pay the credit card, not a problem. And then if that fluctuation happens and I see that it's about $88 and some change difference, then I will make sure that's covered. Not a problem. Have savings to have enough in the buffer to checking account. I just don't want to confuse you guys. I just wanted to let you know my process. So that is what we're paying to the credit card, and here is our Christmas spending. So I usually track this with the available credit in my credit card, and this is what it says. This is what it looks like, and I highlight it with the same colors I use in my check-in so that it matches. But the one thing that's in here that's not on my weekly check-in is the bills. That's kind of something I do separate from the front. That was a separate calendar, I should say. But all this yellow here, it has SF next to it. There's a sinking fund payment. There's a sinking fund charge. That's my son's Legos for Christmas. He gives me a list, and then I just take that list and buy from it. If he gives me a list that has too much on it, then what I do is wait until his birthday and buy it for him, which is in June. So that works out for us. I do $300 for birthday, $300 for Christmas. The hard part is my oldest adult son, who's 25, $300 on Christmas Eve and $300 on Christmas Day. So his birthday is the day before Christmas. So I have to get a long list from him and just kind of divide it up, which he loves. I always celebrate his birthday on his birthday. It doesn't get left out, and it feels very special, and he really likes that. So he got pro wrestling t-shirts from AEW, WWE. We got some t-shirts from Hot Topic. Every year he gets t-shirts, and every year he gets video games. So this is a game here. That's this Amazon order with the hairdryer. A part of that was a game as well. I did not include that in the weekly check-in because that was actually paid here from a sinking fund. So I did mark that. So these are the things I did. This is how I'm tracking it and how I'm making sure I'm paying for the right things in the right areas. I hope I didn't mess up, but maybe there's a transaction I forgot because I've been spending and not really tracking right away. So I'm hoping I can figure this out, whatever that difference is, soon. But that's okay. So yeah, this is the total that I know I need to pay the credit card, and this is the total that the credit card the bank says I need to pay as well for the charges. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So there's our Christmas. I'm so excited. So it's going to be a good holiday. I've already got some, decor stuff going on, and not so much for the outside of the house, but the inside of the house I'm excited about. The next video you will see is me closing out week 4 of the weekly check-in, and then closing out Paycheck 3, which will be my month review, and how much is left. Did we save anything? Don't know what that's going to look like yet, but I hope we do. We still have 1 more week left. There's 7 days left in the month of November, because today is Black Friday, and I don't think I'm going to do a lot today, but we'll see. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Have an amazing and blessed day. Bye.
I never thought in the wildest dream I'd see you again. Never dreamed about nothing else other than you. I always thought I'd be